All right, I'm back in the fight chair. I gotta turn my TV down in the background. Back in the fight chair, made it all the way home to my base camp safely. I'm happy about that. All right, now remember that time when was it Aldo said he had broken the rib, and the UFC said it was a bruised rib. Interestingly enough, it is in the UFC fighter's contract that if you have a medical injury or any claims of any medical problems that will prevent you from fighting, the UFC, you are, now this is part of your contract. You're supposed to report to a medical doctor. They have the right to examine you within 24 hours of that claim. Now, why would Jose Aldo claim that his rib is broken if he knows that the UFC and their doctors are going to be examining him within 24 hours? Does that make any sense? So I did some digging. His wife said that from the moment the rib was broken, the UFC, both her husband and her and his team had disclosed that to the UFC. The UFC tried to ignore it because they had spent a lot of money on upcoming fights and the upcoming event, and they didn't want to lose the money, lose it on the fight. So they didn't tell anyone that. And then at the last minute, Dana White tried to force Jose Aldo into getting into the fight, still with the broken rib. Jose Aldo refused. Then afterwards, the UFC threw it back on Jose Aldo and his wife and said it was a broken rib. No, I'm thinking about it. And straight up, if Conor McGregor knew that Jose Aldo had a broken rib, he wouldn't want to fight him. He would not call for his title to be stripped from him. So Conor McGregor also probably had no idea also that Jose Aldo had a broken rib at the time when he was calling for Jose Aldo to be stripped of the title, when he was saying that Jose Aldo is scared to fight with a bruised rib. He probably had no idea of the medical pain and the damage that Jose Aldo was in, because that the UFC probably didn't even disclose that to him also. So the only person that probably knew was Dana White, the Fertitta, Lorenzo Fertitta, Freta, or you gonna pronounce it. Those guys, they probably knew, but nobody else was in on it apart from them and Aldo, the Aldo camp, and Jose Aldo already disclosed it. So it's in the contract. So Jose Aldo wasn't lying about the broken rib thing because it's in his contract, the UFC contract, that their doctors have 24 hours when you're making a claim that your medical is sick or you can't go on or you can't fight to examine you and verify that. So why would Jose Aldo lie about something like that? Just, going to the UFC contract made me realize what these fighters go through, and I appreciate all the work that they put in. I'm also hoping that with Conor McGregor renegotiating and getting his new contract, that he can be the one that if he gets a good deal, a fair deal, where they don't take away the rights, his ancillary rights from him and those type of things. If he can get a good deal, then maybe other fighters can come out and start asking for good deals too, and maybe we can put some pressure on them to the right by these people. So let's just keep an eye on it and see what happens. But in the meantime, that's my 2 cents, guys. Peace out.